Hi guys, I am back to developing OpenArthurianX6 after a pretty long time, about 2 months since the last time I worked. Um, Wanted to apologize a bit because I know there's a lot of people waiting for the development of this to carry on. I have gone through some changes on my life, but in any case, I think that I am now ready to work back on this to bring it to completion. Hopefully, we will have this a very advanced version of the engine in about a month. So that's the idea. And of course, it's going to be a bit hard to recover the pace of development, but we got to start somewhere. So, all right, let's take a look at the Trello board. Uh, there's lots of things here, but what I was doing last time was working in three things. So first off with the ranged attacks. So basically they are working, but we were pending adding rotating and rotated projectiles. So basically right now when you shoot something, it just, I mean, the sprite for that object just flies straight to the enemy. So the idea, or what is pending here, is rotating projectiles, like throwing axes that are rotating. And rotated means like arrows or crossbow bolts, which you rotate so that they look like they are flying straight to the enemy. So that's one thing. And the other two things that were on development were a fix for the expiry member check. Well, seems like there was a problem there, and a problem where when you went into combat, what the friendly mobs around you would behave like party members. So basically, some conflicts between the development of the combat mode and the development of the friendly NPCs. So before we dive into that, let's remember what the heck Open Arthurian is. So I should have done this first, of course. Basically, it's an engine that will allow people to create adventures in the same format as the classic Ultima 6 games. Uh, we ran a crowdfunding campaign for this. It was successful, so we are developing it. And some of the stretch goals of the campaign were to add like an editor, a full-fledged editor where you could edit the maps and like create a whole scenario from that editor. Unfortunately, we did not make it to those stretch goals, but we did get a lot of the funds that we needed, and so that's why we need to complete it. Basically, let me check back. I forgot how much we raised. So it's taking its time. Yeah, we raised 161% of what we were looking for, and that uh, gave us. We managed to meet this stretch goal, the first stretch goal, which is creating a simple game editor where you can edit your objects and monsters. We could not make it to this another one, but in any case, I hope to be able to do it after the engine is done. So let's dive into the code. This is a JavaScript object project. We use Phaser for this, and the projectiles. So basically, whenever a mob shoots a projectile, it goes through this code in the mob class where we have a range attack, right? So we are attacking a position and that the distance is over 1. So we do a range attack, and there was already some logic here to get the ammunition for that weapon that we have, and then play the animation for that projectile, and then attack once that animation was over. But there's a lot of to-dos here too. So the first thing we're going to do is just make sure that we can attack. So I see that we have a crossbow here, so we can try to attack someone. Well, but yeah, that doesn't work because there's another keyword for range attacks. Maybe it was throw. Well, right now you can throw stuff, but that's not the same as firing your current weapon. So, and it doesn't really work. Oh, okay. So let's go back to that. Before, I mean, the function that calls it attack to position is in the player state machine when you use the range attack command, and this range attack command is tied to the T. All right, the T key code when you press T. So in the end, yeah, that was it. But then how do you confirm your attack? Maybe using the same T? No, you don't. Maybe using enter, space, no. Maybe you cannot attack friendlies. I forgot. So let's check how that works. So if the key code is T, then range attack command. And here we hide the marker, we show the cursor. Let's see. We have a direction callback. So when is this callback fired? The action callback. Yeah. So it seems that we can set an action callback. But when is that callback executed? Here is one place where it's executed. Will there be other place? Cancel action and set action callback. So basically that first one is it. Listen action. Listen action. I'm sorry, I just forgot how this all works. Right, it should be enter. But enter was not working. Maybe there's something broken, like a work in progress implementation. So we're going to check that. Let's check the console and see what's going on here. If we can print the console for some reason. Okay, I think we are capturing some keys which prevent the console from being summoned the normal way. So let's see. We don't have any error here. Let's clear this. Let's reduce the scale of this map. And let's see again what's going on. So T and then enter. It's not doing anything. So the first thing that I'm going to check is if this is happening when you press enter, which should happen, but maybe the action callback is not set. So let's debug into that. Listen action, the player state machine. I forgot how this is packed. I think we are just packing everything. Okay, here it is. So let's look into the player state machine and the listen action function. Alright, so enter key does call it, and there's a direction callback. So okay, so that's a conflict. I think one of the things that that I did and was work in progress was using T to attack, and maybe there's a conflict with the direction callback and the action callback. So it seems that we're setting this direction callback somewhere within the previous code for the. So here we set the direction callback. So the thing is that before attacking could only be done in a direction, right? As you can see here, when I press the A button to attack, I get prompt pick a direction, and maybe yeah, that is working. As you can see, I just attacked a friend of mine, but that's not a range attack, so that's not going to work. And this attack command is what we are calling now with the T. Oh no, actually it's this range attack command. So let's go back and debug that range attack command and see what's happening here. So let's see. We are pressing the T. We call the range attack command. We return a new promise, which prompts us where are we attacking. Attack enable is false. Action enable is false. Where do we want to attack? We hide the marker. I know what that is. We start the cursor at our current position, and we set a direction callback and an action callback. Huh, that's interesting. Why do we set both things? Maybe to allow canceling? I don't know. This is weird. This looks extremely incomplete. And I am very, very confused here. I think we should have something similar to the throw command, which should be somewhere around here. Throw command? No, there's no throw command. Huh. I remember we had that. So I am completely baffled. Yeah, because for the range attack command, we don't want to have a direction. We want to have a target position, right? So which is this position. But when does this resolve to that? It's completely wrong. We have a promise mixed with a callback, and that's very strange because I don't see how this promise could resolve, which is what we need. I mean, in the end, we need this promise to resolve here. All right, we're returning the promise and then we're resolving it here in the action callback. But there's no reason why we should have this direction callback. We just need the action callback. So I am going to go ahead and remove the direction callback here and just leave the action callback for the attack command, for the range attack command. I think what happened is that I copied that here, but that doesn't apply for range attack. So let's comment this out, and I'm sorry for the lack of formatting for this. It seems like that I changed some rules on the IDE since I last worked on this, so it's completely bad. I will have to fix that. So I remove the directional callback. Let's check back here. Okay, we have some issues with the watch. No, it's okay, just taking its time. Okay, and let's try it. So I'm going to debug this promise resolution. It should happen now. We have commented out the directional callback. Let's see how this goes. Let's say that we are going to attack. Well, we cannot move now, which is even worse. I wonder if it's because we switched to the debugger. That happens sometimes. I cannot move now. Great. Well, using escape, I could. Well, it's because the marker is hidden. Oh. Well, here it rejected. So it seems like I am going to attack myself, and I did just that. The marker, I think, is this, which indicates who is the current acting mob on the combat mode. So let's try it. But I'm going to disable the breakpoints to make sure that doesn't. Oh my god. All right. So this direction callback is the one that actually moves the cursor. But there's a problem. Okay, so we cannot disable it because else the cursor is not going to move. But there's a problem when we execute either this or the action callback, because we need to do both. We cannot do one or the other. And here is either doing the directional callback or the action callback. That happened here. Drag is returning. There's a conflict here. We need both. I don't think this return is okay. I mean, this in action. I am completely lost here. And I knew it was going to happen because it's been so long and this is not simple code. There's a lot of things going on here. Even if you want to know more about everything that's going on here, you can check the previous streams, the previous videos that we did. Because yeah, so far we have managed to implement lots of things. We just need to continue on the way to finish it. So I'm tempted to just remove this, but I wonder what other actions, what other effects we may have. It's kind of crazy. Why does this? Why is this tied to enter? It's like if you press enter and there's a directional callback, then it's going to execute that callback for your current position. And well, maybe okay, such as picking items in place, but that's not like a general usage. Maybe we should put this. Okay, so let's check into that option, this particular option of get. So basically, what's happening here is that that was added to support picking up items in your spot. So if you want to pick this fish, for example, you would normally use the get command and then a direction, and then you get the fish, right? There's the fish. But at some point, we added the ability to pick items in your spot. So you're here and you try to get that fish and you got it. But that's conflicting with this other use case where you need to have a directional callback to move this cursor, for example. But when you press enter, you don't want to execute that picking that actioning in the same spot thing. You want to execute your action callback. So, anyways, I think we need a special flag for that, maybe. Like if current action allows, I don't even know how to call it. But let's first make sure that that's it. I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to wait for the watch to go and create a bundle. Go ahead. And let's see. Maybe it's already done. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it was super quick. And let's see. Right, now I can move. And now I can try to, but let's do something here. Well, we need to add support for canceling stuff here. We'll do that maybe. What I want to do is attack that skeleton when he's coming at me. So what? Because I need to execute a range attack. And I need some space for the range attack to work. Maybe I can attack this fella. Okay, so that something happened there. I don't see, well, there's an error here. I wonder, no, that's a different error. No, that's it. It failed there. It failed there. when obtaining the ammunition for my current weapon. So it tried to do the attack. That worked. So I wonder how I should flag that action when we set the directional callback. Interesting. So we set it, for example, in the attack command. We set it in the get command and here, but for a different reason. Because for the drop one, do we want to support dropping in our same spot? I don't think we do. But this only set the direction callback, not the action callback, which is when you press enter. This is, I don't know what to do with this. Because I don't want to do like a global set, a global variable to control that. That's not very good. Yeah. Interesting. So if you press enter, it targets itself. Only if there is no action callback. Yeah, that should work for now. Let's do that. So if there's a directional callback and there is no action callback, then we perform this defaultish thing. I can't live with this. I need to format it. Sorry. Right, that should work. Or well, rather we could, if this dot action callback, call the action callback. Else, if there's a direction callback, let's keep that command. I just forgot how to move it. Anyways, how to shift it. Else, if there's a directional callback, then call it for these scenarios. Okay. So that that should fix our issue. Now let's look into this. So basically what happened here is we were executing the range attack command. We effectively told him to attack a position that we had picked. Then it detected that it was a range attack, and then it tried to get the ammunition. But when it did that, it tried to use the inventory, which is not defined. And actually that reminds me that I need to set the linter for this project, but I am not going to do that on this streaming. I'm not going to waste the time on that. So sometime soon. But yeah, let's fix that. So get ammunition for weapon. That's inside the mob class. Inside that this inventory is a property of the object, so it cannot be used like that. What we are doing here is that we are obtaining the ammunition type for the weapon, and then we are looking for it on the inventory, and then we are obtaining we are returning the item from the inventory, and we have a to-do here to handle stashes of ammunition, but baby steps first. So once we have that ammunition, we are going to play the projectile animation for that weapon. You see, no, this doesn't look good. Looks like in some place here we gotta send the ammunition. So play projectile animation in the weapon for the weapon object, and I think the weapon object is this one, this class item. So okay, so it seems like it relies on the weapon item already having a projectile. So what we are doing here is just validating that we do have ammunition for that weapon on our inventory, but the item already knows what its ammunition is. So let's see how that works. All right. So let's try to attack the skeleton. No, the skeleton is too close. Oh, and again, I need to fix this. When the user presses escape, this directional callback is being called because escape in the player state machine is tied to the cancel action function, and this cancel action function is checking if there is no action callback, it does nothing, but if else it goes through here and it calls the callbacks with a special parameter telling them that the action was cancelled. That's the second parameter to the callbacks, and we are not using that on the range attack command. So here we need to also receive this cancel parameter, and also maybe here, and then if it was cancelled, then we do nothing. For the action callback, I forgot what cancel action. So also the second one. What's the first one? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we ever sent any parameter to that. I mean, we are not expecting anything. That should be the first one. Should I go ahead and try that? I'm not sure if I will break something. I will go ahead and do it well. So we are going to just send that first parameter here, right? And yeah, there's probably better ways to handle this, but we gotta start building incrementally here. So let's just do that, cancel, and if it was cancelled, but I'm not even sure we would reach this point, then we do nothing. That should fix the issue that this is breaking where the person escape while targeting. So let's see, let's try to target, cancel it. Well, it left, well, it did not. Okay, we gotta remove the remove the callback. Interesting, that should be done automatically probably. I don't see a reason for us to do that manually. I mean, if we are canceling an action, then the callback should be gone. And we had something like that. Why did we remove it? Why did we remove this? We have, this is what I want to do. So why did we remove it? We are only calling cancel action here. If the action was cancelled, it doesn't make sense to keep the callbacks. So I will have to dig into the project story, but I'm not sure. I mean, man, I think this is where I implemented this cancelled parameter here. Actually, only for the direction callbacks. And now let's see how they are. Okay, so here, if cancelled, it results to null. You're getting something. Where does it remove the direction callback here? No matter if it was cancelled or not. And this one does it. This one is The one that I was just making. Okay. So actually it seems that this action callback was meant. Oh my gosh. I think we should keep this. Yeah, because no matter if the player is confirming or canceling, because the action callback is called in both occasions, we want to end the action. But if he canceled, we don't want to attack. So if he canceled, we will have to resolve to null. And then here, if position is null, is not null, then we do execute the attack. But if it is null, then we need to somehow reactivate the game. And I think the way to reactivate the game, if we look into the other action callbacks, when they do this clear direction callback, is uh, they should set the game to active some way. I don't see how they are doing it. Maybe it's done after there is no action enable. But this is what they should do. Set the action enable to true. And maybe switch the state to something. Cool. So let's look into that code that was commented out, because I think there's some wisdom there. So we gotta, if the action was cancelled, besides clearing the callbacks, we should set the action enable to true, and we should report that the action was cancelled and hide the icon, the selection icon. So I think it makes sense to include all of this here, except this, which is already there. Right, that makes more sense. So let's check again. Let's build it again. Let's see if we can cleanly cancel the action. So throw and cancel. It was canceled, now it's not working. Either it's not working or it hasn't picked up the changes. And it did pick up the changes, so we are still not good. If cancelled, did we add this parameter? Yeah, we did. Cool. That's not good. Not good at all. So we cancel this action and it did not reach here. Oh, why it did not reach here? Cancel action. Let's see, cancel action. Because the callbacks were already removed. No, that's not right. The callbacks are already here. Cancel. There's a directional callback, which, okay, so we are not calling the action callback. Wait, oh well, this is the same as the other place. This is not made to work with two callbacks. So we need to make it like this, except that in this case I think it should call. This is really not very well structured. This is going to bring a lot of headaches in the future. I don't really like it. I don't really like it a lot. But putting this check makes sense. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to cancel the action. Let's disable the breakpoint and just run with it. Try targeting. Cancel the action. No, it's not freaking working. It's not working at all. It's not working. And we will have to activate the breakpoint again and retry. And now the callbacks are not being called because they were already removed, I guess. So we activate the range attack command and then we cancel. I thought I had the breakpoint for that, but I didn't. It moved. Okay, cancel action. So we call this direction callback with the second parameter, cancel true. It doesn't do anything. It should be fine. This indenting is horrible. Okay, and then oh, it returns. Great. We don't need it to return. I need to buy Sublime soon. Okay. So let's disable the breakpoints. Let's just try using this and canceling. Okay, that's better. Cool. Good. Okay. Now let's. Okay, so I remembered there's a crossbow bolt here, as you can see. Let's try, because we do not have any crossbow bolt in the inventory right now. Gosh, another block. I canceled the inventory action, but if we change this, I think in this case, we do need a separate handler for this. We cannot use the same handler, same parameter. That doesn't make much sense. That's broken. That's really broken, and I will have to fix it. Let's put some task here for that. We need to fix the cancelled action flow. Use separate handlers for cancelled action instead of a parameter. for the action callback and direction callback, which is very ugly. Okay, and let's come that to the top. Okay. All right, let's go back to, well, we will have to fix that at least temporarily for testing the range attacks. So let's at least patch that update inventory direction. That's inside the player state machine. And what we do here is that if direction is not moved, then we do this. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, we do not have bolts. We do have a crossbow, and that crossbow requires bolts. And I know that because in the item definitions that we have here in the data, we have a crossbow, and that crossbow uses iron bolts, projectiles. So right now, it should somehow detect that we do not have any bolt in the inventory and cleanly tell us that we need some ammunition of the adequate type. So let's try that. Let's try attacking this guy. And it did nothing. It kind of broke. Just never. I mean, the attack was not performed, but it did not say anything about ammunition not being available. Now let's try taking that iron bolt and shooting again. So get the iron bolt, and then let's make them make a line here so I have some space, and then try attacking this guy again. And nothing happened. Alright, let's debug that again. But yeah, what we are going to debug now is the action, the actual combat action. So we can go into the mob, and into the mode, check the attack or range attack maybe. I don't know if there's a range attack. Attack to position, yeah, this one. So first scenario, let's pick that bolt, and oops, sorry, I need to pick the bolt, and let's try attacking. So we target. These breakpoints are no longer needed. And we try to attack this skeleton here. And let's see what the hell is going on. So we do have the weapon, which is the crossbow. And that crossbow have a 5 tiles range. We are inside the range, so we are fine. Then it is a range attack because the distance is 2. The ammunition that we need, okay, something happened there. Alright, so there's an error and we didn't see it. Again, inventory is not defined. I thought I fixed that. Am I going crazy? I am almost sure I did fix that. Maybe I did not fix it in the correct location because there's a problem here of, yeah, I'm checking the mob class inside the assembly directory. That's something that we also need to fix in the structure of the project, because right now the classes get duplicated here whenever we are doing a build. And now I am wondering if all the other changes that we did are safe, and I hope they are because that was crazy. So register machine, yeah, it has the changes here. Yeah, let's go to the player class, not the mob class, but inside the source folder, not the assembly folder or directory. And here is where we are going to fix get ammunition for to use this dot inventory. Target the skeleton, not too close. Cancel the action. We no longer need this breakpoint. Action was correctly cancelled. Let's try again, attacking the skeleton. Let's see, we get the weapon. We check the ammunition for the weapon. And do we have it? No, we don't have it. So we resolve to false, and maybe we should add a message here telling the player that he needs a given ammunition. But, well, yeah, we are blocked. Are we? No. No. Let's try again that, disabling the breakpoints. Because, yeah, I mean, the reactivation of the player should not require us to manually, yeah, there's a problem here. So, first off, we need to report that action. We need to say that you don't have the correct ammunition here. We need to say attack, no, and no. When this results to false, but which, by the way, what's the promise? Okay, it's returning a promise resolution. So wherever this is being used, is returning also the promise. We need to do something like this, enabling the action again and hiding the icon. If this resolves to false, if the range attack command resolves to false, and the range attack command, I think, is called directly from this thing. So yeah, another thing that I don't like much, really, because basically what's happening here is we need to change this into something. Crazy. Into something like this. Actually, probably it's also happening here. But yeah, I don't want to put that logic in many places. It should be in a single place. And now I don't know where the logic is. I saw it somewhere. Like cancel. I lost it now. Let's close it. We need to. Okay, it's similar to this. If not done. Actually, maybe this should be always done. We will know after we finish the successful attack. And I hope I'm able to do this before this stream ends. It's already taking some time. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's try attacking the skeleton again. Bang. Well, okay, it worked, I guess. Did we get the message? No, we didn't get the message about not having the ammunition. Maybe I again did it in the wrong place. Well, I did not save. Maybe that was it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, save. Attack no ammunition, that's great. Let's get the ammunition. No, I don't want to talk. By the way, we already implemented this. And let's try attacking this guy. Okay, another error, this time regarding to cannot read property fly appearance. Yeah, because this is not working. So the weapons don't know their projectile. And how would they know? I mean, in the item factory, we would have to tell them what their and I think it makes more sense to send because there may be, for example, let's say you have a crossbow and there's different kinds of um, bolts, right? Not a single one. So I think it makes more sense for this to be sent to this function, right? So we are only using it here because this is a different one. And this one does receive the projectile. Oh, never mind. This is the one that we are using. And this is used by this. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we gotta send the projectile. And the projectile is the ammunition that we just got from the inventory. All right. No ammunition. Let's get that ammunition. And the same? Don't tell me I changed it in the wrong place again. And I really forgot what I changed. It doesn't make any sense because we are sending the projectile. All right, I did change it. This. Okay. Can I delete this? I'm not sure if I can. I gotta fix that. It's very confusing. Well, something happened there. Something tried to fly, like the whole tile set. And then, after the animation ended, we were expecting a promise, but we got undefined here after the play projectile animation. So I think that one's simple. Maybe we just gotta fix it here to return the promise. Yeah, it looks like the fly appearance here was not fly appearance. So if we look at the items, And if we look at the iron bolt, it does have a fly appearance, but is this appearance defined? It seems to be. It seems to be. It's like a fixed direction, I think. Okay. So yeah, we gotta check this. Check this function for the item here, right? Let's put this here. Let's refresh. Let's get the bolt. And let's try to attack this guy. And let's see. So attack the position. This should happen after the animation. And I put a breakpoint on the animation. Oh no, that's right. The animation happens afterwards. Okay. Here, so let's see. The projectile is an item, and it has a fly appearance. So that part's okay. So let's dive into the function, and we have the following: fly type straight, appearance iron bolt, which is the item style set index 160. We have some parameters here. So the switch goes here, twins a fixed projectile, and actually we do need to change this to actually calculate the angle and rotate the sprite beforehand. But in any case, it should have shown that bolt just without rotating it. So let's see. We have the tile set and the index items, and this is not good. This is not good. Okay, so this ID, no, appearance. So the index here should be the index, not the ID of the appearance. Maybe at some time it was not that, but right now that's the truth. So let's look into that twin fixed projectile. Here, yeah, the appearance IDs are not indexes. That's clear. Yeah, because we are not using atlases or anything like that. So was it I or was it index I? Okay. Because other than that, it seems to work fine, but it's loading like the whole tile set because it's not finding, I mean, that index is not correct. So it should work fine-ish now. Fine-ish. Let's get the bolt. Let's attack this guy. And yeah, the bolt just flew to the enemy without rotating. It should rotate. That's like the real task that we gotta do. And it hit him. It wasn't spent, so it's still here. Cancellation for inventory is broken now. Great. But yeah, I think this is part of fixing that cancel action flow. So it's not spending the bolt. And I think I will create a new list for that. Projectiles. Spend ammunition. Yeah, it's hard to say because it's very close, but I'm going to, and we are about to finish the stream, so I'm going to just zoom here so maybe you can see it in more detail. And let's see, let's put them on a straight line, in a conga line. No, they won't do that. They're very serious. Okay. And let's target this guy. And as you can see, the ball flew there. All right, so I think that's it for today. We at least resume development. As you can see, it's not simple. The code base already needs a lot of refactor, a lot of love. But the way that this is being done is incremental. So we are looking forward to have a working demo, then polish it. But all right, so the idea for today was doing this, finishing this, but this is big. So we did not even manage to do the rotated projectiles. That would be the first task for the next training session or the next development session. So I think that's it.